You know, I wanted to take a moment, if we could, to review 2013 and kind of set a stage for what we're thinking on 2014, because we've made a lot of changes to SVRA as we've gone this year. First, the season, I want to thank everyone and our sponsors for supporting us. We had exponential growth. We went from 5 races to 16. We took on some wonderful tracks to add to our venue. But let's talk about what to expect on the East Coast and the central part of the national events for 2014, because of some amazing changes. We will start off the year like we always do at the last weekend of February, first couple of days of March at Sebring. We will run with Trans Am again. It will be a spectator event. And the competitors will have the chance to literally go down the road 180 miles, set their rigs down on Monday, just temporary stage them, and we're going to have a fishing trip, actual tournament in the Everglades planned for the off day, and then they'll race again at Homestead. And so what you'll end up with is 8 days out of 11 on track, and 2 very cool speedways and circuits that I think will challenge our drivers right out of the gate, and in between breaking it up with a fishing tournament. From there, we're going up to Road America in, you know, mid-May. Road America, it's just a beautiful time of the year to go up there. And we're expecting a huge turnout this year, because I think we set the stage this last year of what we're trying to do. But instead of our normal routine, the second week in June, actually the first week in June, we will be at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And I think this event at Indy will become a signature national event for all the vintage racers from around the world, not just the United States, because it's Indy. And what's special about this event, we're going to run the Formula One course, which is the road course within Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which utilizes part of the oval. But we're also going to use the oval. And on the last Saturday and Sunday, we're going to convert the track back to an oval configuration, give every race group a chance to run the oval where it's hot on the straightaways and you're running under yellow on the corners, because you get a heck of a head of steam on that oval. But we think having the opportunity to kiss the bricks, go to the museum, get your picture in Victory Circle at Indy, and more importantly, just race at Indy with all that nostalgia, I think sets the stage for a mega event. You know, the amazing thing with Indy is, in a 105-year history, no one has ever been allowed to camp inside as a spectator. And we're changing that. We're going to give spectators a chance to camp and really get a grassroots feel for road racing around the country, but with 100 years of history of the automobile with it at Indy, for the fans and the spectators and the drivers and our vendors. I'm tickled to be able to do that. And you know, from there we go to Mid-Ohio. At Mid-Ohio, we're having the Mini Cooper as our featured mark, and we have over 100 Mini Coopers pre-registered for that event. And picture 100 Mini Coopers racing around Mid-Ohio. It's going to be fantastic. From there we go to Pocono in August, and we're going to have an opportunity to race at Pocono for the first time in several years. They've completely redone the road course and the oval track, or the tri-oval, and we're expecting it to go to the Pocono Mountains in mid-August. Is a really nice time to do that. And so I think drivers on the East Coast are really going to appreciate having a chance to do that. And then of course our signature event with Watkins Glen back, and I still think in some respects the Watkins Glen event gets the city, the fans, and the racers as one unit, probably better than any event in the country, because they really shut down that town to embrace the vintage race, and I think it's truly special. And then finally we end the East Coast season out at VIR again at Virginia International Raceway. And you know, this year we tried something different at VIR. At the Saturday night banquet we had a ladies hat contest, and it felt, it had the feel of a Kentucky Derby, and we had a best hat contest. And I just think all of these little pieces are bringing together the feeling that racing with SVRA is special again. We revamped the West, and this year, setting up for 2014, we'll finally have one website, one registration process, one licensing process, and we'll be a work in progress. And there's several areas in California, in the Western United States, that we want to race at. We're in the works of looking at several different venues that we think make sense, but we put out a preliminary schedule for the West already, and we're doing some partnering with one of the competitive clubs out there, SVRA, and we're doing some joint events with them and supporting some of their events. So I think the West schedule will be very robust when it's finished. The feedback that I'm getting from people is very, very positive. So we're a work in progress. We're certainly far from what I envision us to be. But then we come back to COTA and we finish the season again with COTA. We've put together a 5-year package where we'll be putting on the national championship here every October, somewhere between 2 and 3 weeks before the big Formula One race. And I think this will become a must-stop for vintage racers who want to compete for a championship. So if I look at 2013 as a review of you know, how do I feel leaving this year with COTA being the final race of the season? I honestly, I couldn't be happier. We had extraordinary first year together as a team. I think you know, everybody told me going into this that the economics of vintage racing, I was crazy that you can't make it work. And the key to that has been the fan participation that we've received, and also, frankly, the sponsorship. And I think our sponsors, as a result of our explosive growth, have benefited greatly. And so we are, you know, we're always in the process of looking for sponsors that will benefit being associated with us and grow their business as a result of our growth. And I'm actually receiving calls now from potential sponsors saying, we like what you're doing, how do we get involved? And I think the more that we do, the healthier SVRA becomes, and the more creative things that we can do to make the events even more special for our competitors. So looking ahead to 2014, my focus is to put as much emphasis on the West and really build up the West the way we have the East, and that will take a little time. It's a different culture, it's a different environment to navigate the tracks that we want to recruit to make part of our season. We're going to keep working hard at it till we do, and we're going to get our systems to where we are truly one company, and it's a national brand for vintage racing, SVRA. So to everyone, thank you. It's really been awesome. Thank you.